Hi, welcome to Kindred Spirit Readings. This is for Sun, Moon and Rising. Let's begin Libra. I think there comes a time when you realize that when something really isn't working for you, you tried your hardest to make it work, you're now realizing it's okay to move away. If something isn't working, that you should let it go. But there is that difference between just letting something go and learning to be okay with what just doesn't fit in your life anymore. There's that difference. And what you've been through has been difficult to understand, but you're finally learning to come to terms with everything. Really stepping back and assessing what's in front of you, and who, what, why, when and where, and everything that has been going on has just felt like it's felt as it feels as though there is a big burden that's been lifted off your shoulders, to be quite honest, and you're actually responsible for everything that has been going on, and you're feeling really good about your decisions lately. There's a little confusion around the way that you are handling or dealing with situations that are revolving around matters of the heart, and you may not know it or see it yet, but you have got a lot of love to give, although you are being that extra careful not to give too much away of yourself. Around midweek, somebody is proposing new love to you, and this will be genuine. This is coming from the heart, so there is that to look forward to. Although, as I said, you are putting a stop to this real quick because you are not ready. You are simply not ready to just jump into anything right now. I think you have decided that you want to take more time out and breathe and recoup and recognize rather than rush into. And for those of you who are coupled, there is a lot of explaining to do. It's not that you are in trouble or that they've done something wrong and so on and so forth. You're both on very different pages. There are different waves of emotion between the two of you, so it's hard for you to understand either one. It's very hard for you to understand each other and what's going on at the moment. You have done a lot of there's a lot of self-assessments. As I said earlier on in the reading, you have realized what works for you. You're ready to take on only what works for you. This is different when it comes to your partner, however. You're both trying to figure each other out. Different parts of each one of you is coming apart, believe it or not, and you have both got this potential now to be destructive towards each other, so we want to avoid this. And at the moment, you're not really talking to each other. It's not clear enough. It's not clear enough for you to both better understand each other. This could see you falling into old patterns, old ways where you're just not happy with each other. Be mindful of this behavior. Because you've been working on yourself for a really long time, it really needs to be thought through. Things do really need to be thought through clearly and properly. This is repetitive behavior, okay? So if you're not careful, unless you are prepared for it, you could both see yourself falling apart at the end of the year before the year is up. In fact, and it's going to be messy if that does happen now. The way to work around this is to be each other's strength. As easy as it sounds, it actually is. It's quite easy to mend a broken heart, so to speak. It is quite easy for the two of you to remove yourself from the everyday norm, that of what has become for the both of you, and it could just both see that there is work to be done, and that you need to get it done in order to make things work. Don't make any excuses for anything, because that sits in the way or tries to sit in the way of any progress. So you can get through this, but it is going to be a tough journey. Depends on how much you're both holding on. I want to say your money is doing well for the most part. Your career is a screaming mess at the moment because you're not concentrating on certain things that are needing your attention. You could be the boss of your own company, and whilst you think you're running the show, there are people behind the scenes acting like clowns, and so you will need to step up to this and find out what is going on and why it's happening. You've sort of you've lost your way, but you've steered a little too far to the right rather than sticking to what you know. And you can always give people the opportunity to speak up and say their piece in regards to what's happened. I guess it's especially if you're wanting to better understand the people that you work with. It's good to have that understanding so that you can resolve any underlying issues before they erupt into something much worse. So this is going to take some time. There's no doubt about that. This is all about reevaluating your steps, your movements. Your path is a little bit shaded at the moment in order to remove this and have a clear path. You're best off speaking out, speaking up, speaking to other people. By doing this, you're going to better understand yourself. Thank you, Libra.